Welcome to the A-Level Music NEA submission support session. We'll be covering logging in and navigating in Learner Work Transfer, managing requests, supported files, file sizes, and naming conventions. So, firstly, to log in and navigate in Learner Work Transfer, you'll need to log in to Edexcel Online and then find on the menu on the left hand side Learner Work Transfer. If you hover over this, the menu will appear with standards verification and examination and moderation, and you will need to select examination moderation. This will take you through to the to-do page of LWT. This is the landing page and is the first page that you'll see when it opens up. This is where you can see a list of requests for your center and also filter and search for particular units or components. If you don't see the component, you can use the search function within the window, and you can search by the component code or the course code, so 9MU0 for A-level. You can also filter by examination or moderation, and you would click examination for A-level as the components for performing and composing are examined. Once you've started to upload material for a component, this will change the status from new to in progress. So if you leave the system and then come back to carry on with a submission, then you would need to go to the In Progress tab to find the component request. It would no longer appear in the To Do tab. And once you have submitted a component, it will show under the Completed tab, and that's where completed components will sit. To upload material, you'll first need to go into the component. To do this, you need to go along to the end of the component in LWT, and there are three dots. If you click on that, you will see View Learners, and you will need to select View Learners. This will give you a list of the learners, and that should be all the learners entered for this examination series for that component. You can upload files for a learner by either dragging or dropping, or by clicking the Browse function. That will open up a new window where you can navigate to the files where they're saved on your computer, and you can select either individual files or multiple files to upload. When a file is uploaded, it will turn to an uploaded state. That means the file is being checked for viruses to ensure that it's not password protected and to make sure it's an accepted file type. If you click on the Submit Request button before the file checks have completed, it's recommended that you check back on the following day to make sure that the request was actually successfully submitted. If there was a problem with the request, it will show as not submitted on the In Progress tab of the examination dashboard. If you have uploaded material and they are still going through the upload checks, you can log out of the system and come back to it later. You can leave it, shut down the window, the checks continue in the background. So if you log out, that's absolutely fine. So if the checks are successful, that will show as accepted for the file. If the checks aren't successful, that will show as rejected. There will be a little warning sign next to rejected, and that if you hover over that, that will give you the reason why the file was rejected. You can then click on the X to remove that file and upload a new file in its place. You can also upload a shared file, which can be assigned to several learners. This works in exactly the same way as the individual learner upload, so you can drag and drop files or use the browse function. And once the file is accepted, you can click on the three dots at the end of the section and select Manage Shared Files. You can then use the drop-down menu to select the appropriate file and see a list of available learners. You can then use the tick boxes to select learners to associate with that file. If you click Save, there'll be a confirmation box appear, and then you can click back to View Learners to return to the list. Once that's done, that file will appear under each learner that you've assigned it to. If a learner is absent, then you can change their status to absent. And if a learner's work is unavailable due to a special consideration situation maybe, then you can change their status to no evidence. Once you've uploaded one piece of evidence or marked learners as absent or no evidence, you'll have the option to submit request. You should only click this after you've uploaded all the evidence for all learners or marked them as absent or no evidence, because once it's submitted, it puts the submission in a locked state and you wouldn't be able to amend that submission at all or add or remove any files. So only click the submit request once you've made sure that you've uploaded all the material for all your learners. Once you do that, you will have a confirmation box appear, and that's where you'll need to click OK to confirm the submission. Once you do that, that takes the file through to the other end of the system, where your examiner will be able to access the material and carry out the examination process. Here is a list of supported files in LWT. So for A-level music, we will mainly be using the audio and the document office file types, and potentially some video, and the different file types there should cover everything in terms of the submissions that you need. There is a limit to file sizes. For A-level music, this shouldn't be a problem because the maximum file size is 8 GB. It's only large video files that should probably get near that size. LWT will reject any files larger than 8 GB, and the advice is, if it's possible, to split those files into multiple files so that it doesn't reach the 8 GB limit. Final thing is looking at some naming conventions of the files to submit. So here is the naming conventions for performing. So you have the center number, candidate number, the component code, and then either audio score or pass. If you are submitting multiple pages of score, it's requested that you do that and merge them into a single file if possible. If that's not possible, then please number each page and each file as you upload it. And here is the naming conventions for composing. Again, you've got some slightly different things there because you have the free composition and the brief assessing technique. So they have the extra FC or BAT in the file name. And again, the same advice about the score. So multiple pages, if it can be a single file for each composition, then that is helpful. If not, and that's not possible, then please do number them to make sure that it's easily followed. If you do have any further questions, here are my contact details. So teachingmusic@pearson.com for an email. There's the phone number, and you can also book an appointment with me, and that gives you an opportunity to book a 10-minute video call with me and ask any questions. I hope that you found this useful and wish you and your learners all the best for the summer series.